Let's dive into a story that's got it all: cars, business, social media, and a former president. This isn't just another headline, it's a collision of luxury, power, and public opinion, all playing out in real time. The world of high-end automobiles is no stranger to drama, but this time, the spotlight is brighter than ever. On August 4th, 2025, Donald Trump took to Truth Social, not to talk politics, but to slam Jaguar Land Rover. His post wasn't about elections or policies. It was a direct shot at one of the world's most iconic car brands, and it sent shockwaves through both the automotive and business communities. He called JLR in absolute turmoil, claimed the CEO resigned in disgrace, and blasted Jaguar's latest ad as stupid and woke. Trump's words were sharp, and his criticism was aimed not just at the company's leadership, but at its entire brand direction. Trump compared Jaguar's ad to a recent American Eagle campaign with Sydney Sweeney, praising the latter and ridiculing Jaguar's approach. He argued that American Eagle understood its audience, while Jaguar was out of touch, missing the mark with its messaging. This post set off a firestorm, putting Jaguar Land Rover at the center of a cultural debate. News outlets picked up the story, social media exploded with opinions, and suddenly everyone had something to say about the future of the brand. Suddenly everyone was asking, why was the ad so controversial? Was it just a matter of taste? Or did it touch on deeper issues about identity, values, and the direction of modern advertising? What does woke mean here? Is it a criticism of being socially conscious, or is it about brands trying too hard to be relevant? The term itself has become a lightning rod, sparking heated debates about culture and business. And what's really happening inside this iconic British car company? Are these controversies a sign of deeper struggles or just growing pains as Jaguar tries to reinvent itself for a new era? We're about to break it all down, because this is about more than just cars. It's about leadership, branding, and the power of public perception in a hyper-connected world. It's about how brands change, how they respond to criticism, and how the world reacts when business, culture, and controversy collide. So, what's the ad that caused all this uproar? Why did it spark such intense debate, not just among car enthusiasts, but across social media, newsrooms, and even boardrooms around the world? In November 2024, Jaguar Land Rover, one of Britain's most iconic luxury automakers, unveiled a daring new rebranding campaign called Copy Nothing. It was a move that signaled the company's desire to break away from tradition and redefine what it means to be a luxury brand in the modern era. The centerpiece of this campaign? A 30-second video that, in a radical departure from convention, didn't show a single car. No gleaming hoods, no revving engines, not even a glimpse of a steering wheel. Instead, the ad showcased a vibrant, diverse cast dressed in bold, androgynous fashion, moving confidently through electrifying neon-lit backdrops. Slogans like "Create Exuberant" and "Break Molds" flashed across the screen, challenging viewers to rethink what luxury and innovation look like. The response was immediate and explosive. The ad went viral, racking up over 160 million views in just days. It dominated headlines, trended on every major platform, and became the subject of heated debates at dinner tables and in online forums alike. But not all the attention was positive. Critics, especially those with more traditional or conservative views, slammed the campaign as off-brand and accused Jaguar Land Rover of abandoning its heritage as a quintessentially British luxury carmaker. Even high-profile figures like Elon Musk couldn't resist weighing in, with Musk himself mocking the ad on social media, fueling the controversy even further. In response, JLR's managing director publicly condemned the backlash, especially the personal attacks on the models featured in the ad. The company stood firm, defending its campaign as a bold reinvention and a necessary step toward a more inclusive, forward-thinking brand identity. The ad quickly became a symbol of change, an emblem of progress for some, and a lightning rod for criticism for others. It sparked protests, passionate defenses, and a flood of both supportive and outraged social media posts. One thing was clear: Jaguar was signaling a bold new direction, eager to attract a younger, more diverse audience. But not everyone was ready to embrace this transformation, and the reactions were as divided as ever. The debate raged on. Was this a stroke of creative genius that would set a new standard for luxury branding? Or was it a sign that Jaguar was losing touch with its roots and loyal customers? That's the question that split audiences worldwide, leaving everyone wondering what the future holds for one of the world's most storied car brands. Let's talk about that word, woke. It's a term you've probably seen everywhere lately, from headlines to hashtags, and it sparked a lot of heated conversations. But what does it really mean, and why does it cause such strong reactions? Originally, woke was a call to stay alert to social injustice, especially issues like racism and inequality. It was about being conscious, aware, and ready to stand up for what's right. The word carried a sense of responsibility and solidarity with those fighting for change, but over time, the meaning shifted. Critics began using woke as a way to mock or criticize anything they saw as too politically correct, performative, or extreme. It became a catch-all insult for ideas or actions they disagreed with, especially those pushing for rapid social change. So, when Trump and others called the Jaguar ad woke, they weren't just talking about the commercial. They were accusing Jaguar of abandoning its roots, trying too hard to chase trends, and making a political statement instead of focusing on what made the brand iconic. To critics, it looked like Jaguar was putting social messaging ahead of selling cars, risking alienation of loyal customers who valued tradition and luxury over activism. But for supporters, the ad was a breath of fresh air. They saw it as a bold, inclusive move, proof that Jaguar was willing to evolve, embrace diversity, and connect with a new generation of drivers. At its core, the controversy is about more than just a commercial. It's a clash of values, tradition versus change, heritage versus progress, and the struggle to define what a brand should represent in a rapidly changing world. Some people see Jaguar's new direction as a necessary step forward, a way to stay relevant and exciting. Others feel it's a betrayal of everything the brand once stood for, a loss of identity in the pursuit of popularity. That's why the Jaguar ad and the word woke itself became such a lightning rod. It's not just about cars or commercials, it's about culture, identity, and the future. In the end, it's about more than marketing. It's about what a brand stands for and how it chooses to tell its story in a divided world. Today, every ad campaign is a battleground for these bigger debates. Brands can't avoid taking a stand, even if it means facing backlash. And right now, Jaguar Land Rover finds itself at the very heart of this cultural storm, navigating the tricky road between honoring its past and embracing the future. While the ad debate raged, Jaguar Land Rover made another big move, a new CEO. PB Balaji, Tata Motors Group CFO, takes the helm in November 2025. He knows the business inside out, with deep financial expertise and a clear focus on stability. Balaji replaces Adrian Mardell, who's retiring after 35 years, not resigning in disgrace, as Trump claimed. Mardell's exit was planned, and he leaves proud of steering JLR through turbulent times. Balaji called it a privilege to lead such an iconic company and promised to take JLR to new heights. His leadership comes at a critical moment, with the company under intense scrutiny. The world is watching to see his first moves. Will he double down on change or steer back to tradition? One thing's certain, his decisions will shape JLR's future. The stakes couldn't be higher. All eyes are on Balaji. Balaji's appointment isn't just a routine leadership change, it's historic. He's JLR's first Indian CEO, a powerful symbol for two legendary British brands now owned by India's Tata Motors. For years, JLR's leadership stayed mostly British, even under Tata. Now, Tata is taking a more direct role, signaling deeper integration and global vision. Balaji's background bridges Indian business dynamism and British heritage. It's a message leadership can come from anywhere, and the car industry is truly global. This move could help JLR reach new markets and a new generation of customers. While headlines focus on ads, this leadership shift may matter more for JLR's future. It's a new chapter, one that blends tradition with global ambition. Beyond the headlines, JLR's business has hit some bumps. Despite 10 straight profitable quarters, recent sales dropped 15.1%, a big concern. A temporary pause in U.S. exports, one of their key markets, hurt numbers. To cut costs, JLR offered voluntary redundancy to 500 UK managers. A tough but telling move. The company's balancing act profitability on one side, falling sales and job cuts on the other. These challenges set the stage for every big decision, from leadership to marketing. The pressure is on to boost sales, cut costs, and keep the brand relevant. JLR's future depends on how it navigates these hurdles. Every move now matters more than ever. The next chapter is make or break. One big reason for JLR's U.S. sales slump? Tariffs. Trump-era trade policies made British cars pricier in America, hurting Jaguar and Land Rover's competitiveness. Tariffs forced JLR to pause exports and rethink strategy. But there's good news. A new UK-US trade deal will lower tariffs on the first 100,000 UK vehicles to 10%. This makes JLR's cars more affordable and could revive US sales. It's a lifeline for the company and its workers. JLR expects demand for models like the Range Rover and Defender to bounce back. It's proof that global politics can make or break a carmaker's fortunes. After years of headwinds, JLR finally sees a clear road ahead. The US market just got a lot more promising. JLR's future hinges on electric vehicles, but the road's getting bumpy. The company promised a bold EV lineup, but in July 2025, it delayed key launches. The all-electric Range Rover, once due in late 2025, is now pushed to 2026. Two new electric Jaguars are also delayed. Why? JLR says more testing is needed and they want to wait for stronger demand. Building luxury EVs is complex. Batteries, software, and new factories all take time. The delay is strategic. Better to launch right than rush and risk failure, but it's a gamble. Falling behind rivals could cost them. JLR is committed to an electric future, but the transition is tougher than expected. The next move will be crucial. The world is watching to see if they can deliver. So what's next for Jaguar Land Rover? The company stands at a crossroads, reinventing itself for a new era while honoring its legacy. The Copy Nothing campaign signaled change, but backlash showed the risks of moving too fast. New CEO PB Balaji must balance bold innovation with classic appeal. The new UK-US trade deal is a win, but cost-cutting and EV delays show the challenges ahead. Success will depend on launching standout electric models and reconnecting with both new and loyal customers. JLR's story is one of transformation, caught between past glory and future promise. The next few years will decide if it can break the mold and thrive, or fade into the background. The world is watching, and so are we. Stay tuned for the next chapter.